Oh,
Yeah,
there you
he's
go.
in.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. What's up, guys? Today is April 27th, and we are the 90-Minute Club at the 90-Minute Club. Please use the hashtag 90-Minute Club and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and also our YouTube channel as well to watch our videos. Please like and subscribe. The beautiful game is always 90 minutes or more. We're going to start off, obviously, talking about the Serie A right now. I know there's matches happening right now. We'll try to give you live updates on that as well. We're going to discuss the standings as of now. It stands right now. Milan has 71 points. Inter is 69. Napoli 67. Juventus 63. Roma six. Roma. I'm sorry. Milan has 74. Inter has 72. Napoli 67. Juventus 66. Roma 58. And Lazio and Fiorentina have 56. So as of now, the league winners would be AC Milan. Inter Milan is second place. Napoli right now 6-7. 1 point behind them is Juventus 66. Europa League would be Roma if they win. If they win the Europa League, I believe against Leicester in the final in the Conference League, they'll get an automatic Europa League spot, I believe. And Lazio and Fiorentina 56 points. They're fighting for the Europa League spot. So the first game was Inter against Roma. Inter manhandled Roma 3-1. Dumfries scored the first goal, and then Brozovic scored the second. So Dumfries this year has already 5 goals. Brozovic has 2 goals this season, and Lautaro Martinez in the score sheet as well. Basically, the star man of Inter Milan. We know he has his 16th goal this season already. So far this season already. Inter this season's on fire. If you look at Çalhanoğlu this year for Inter, he's playing very well. He already got 2 assists this match alone. And then for Roma, it was Mkhitaryan. He scored his 5th goal this season for Roma, and the assist was by Shomadov. A huge win for Inter, and this could be the main reason why they win the Scudetto. The Scudetto race has life with this win. Roma, although they dropped points, and now they're in Europa League standings, possibly could have been in Champions League standings. If they win the Conference League, I believe they go in Europa League. So I'm going to start with you, Ann. You're a big Inter fan. Roma winning 3-1. I believe right now they're tied 1-1 against Bologna. What's your thoughts on the Inter-Roma match?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, huge win against, like I said last podcast, the hottest team in Italy, if not Inter. It won't matter if we can't beat Bologna right now. I am currently watching. It's the 64th minute. We're tied 1-1. But yeah, it was a huge win, especially with AC Milan winning also this weekend. So just keep we're on fire right now, and if we could win this game that is currently on right now, we will, like, the game in advance, the game in hand will finally be done, and we'll be in first place above AC Milan by 1 point. So
And anything you want to mention? Anything you guys want to mention as well? Dylan, you want to mention anything on that match on Inter against Roma?
I think it was a big win for them. Definitely all 3 different guys scoring too, which is good. To spreading it out. Nice to see Dumfries getting involved in the back. I like him. And I just think that it's going to come down to today. Yeah, they have about 30 more minutes to get it done. I would hate to see them take out a top team like Roma and then, drop a point or 2 to Bologna. But when the schedule gets tighter and it gets down the line later in, the upcoming months, and it's actually down to weeks at this point, every game matters, and sometimes pressure gets to these guys. But shout out to Perisic, amazing goal for anybody that didn't see it. So anybody that's in the chat that didn't see it, go look it up. He put it through somebody's legs and had an absolute rip. And then I don't know who scored for Bologna. I only saw that highlight, but crazy.
Or for Bologna was Arnautovic, who was the man that scored against Italy, the goal that was called offsides in that Euro match against Austria.
Yeah, I know who he is. So, yeah, I guess they got about 20 more minutes to figure it out, because if they drop a game here, I think Milan probably stays in first, right, by like 1 point.
Yes.
It gets tighter and tighter. So I think they're probably looking to get this win. I know Inter still has to play like 2 or 3 more games, so anything could happen, but this win would be huge for them. Along with the Roma wins, you put them in first place with the even amount of games now, because I know they had a game in hand.
Yeah, they do. AC Milan, their next match is against Fiorentina. Fiorentina this year has been a tough team, especially with Vincenzo Italiano, of what he's done with this Fiorentina side. Cabral, fantastic player. They do have people. They do have guys that can really make a difference. However, anything could happen. That's the beautiful thing about the Serie A. We thought, the Scudetto was over not even a month ago or so. Out of nowhere, one tie, one win, anything could happen. And that's the beautiful thing. Right now, if you look at the standings, if Inter did tie the game, they would have 73 points. AC Milan with 74. Another match that happened earlier on was Udinese against Fiorentina. I believe Udinese defeated Fiorentina. I believe it was 4-0.
Yep.
It was Udinese defeated 4-0 with the Baimari, Delofeu, former Milan player, and then you have Wallace and Ogdale. So like I said, anything can happen. And right now, Fiorentina dropped points, and that's huge for the standings and everything happening right now. So anything could happen. But I'm going to go back to you, Anthony. I know you're a big Inter fan. Right now, Inter is still second place. They are tied right now against Bologna. Anything you want to add about Lautaro Martinez, Perisic, Çalhanoğlu, Dumfries, Brozovic? Anything you want to add about any of those guys?
I think why Inter has done so well this season is because they have so many people who can score. Like, if you go down the list, you can name about probably 15 people who have scored a goal this season. It's amazing. They get goals from every defense, midfield. And when the strikers are struggling, it's important to have other people that can score. Dumfries, who plays outside back, has 5 goals. And Brozovic, so happy he finally gets some recognition, finally gets rewarded with goals, because what he does show up in the stats. He does everything for this team. He's amazing.
You guys want to add on to that? I'm sorry about that, Anthony. You froze. What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
But we got it. We can move.
Okay. So, obviously, the standings right now, I believe Inter with 73, Milan with 74. Milan plays Fiorentina over the weekend, and Inter right now is playing Bologna, and their next match, Inter's next match is going to be against Udinese, which, by the way, they did defeat Fiorentina 4-0, so it's going to be a difficult game. Nothing is easy right now, especially playing in Udine. You have any thoughts on that, Dylan and Anthony, on the Udinese Inter game, which is going to be the next game after this one, which obviously against Bologna, whatever happens now?
Yeah, I mean, I think Fiorentina kind of had like a hangover after the loss to Juventus. I think they'll be fine. Hopefully, play Milan next, so could really use them to at least get a tie there. But they've been really good this season, so I think it was just kind of a letdown after the semifinal loss. So they'll be fine.
Okay, we're ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, the next match we're going to move on to is Empoli-Napoli. Empoli won the game 3-2. This game really diminished, I guess, me being a Napoli fan, I guess it diminished my hopes of now winning the Scudetto. I know either Inter or Milan is going to win the Scudetto. One of the two. It's going to come down to the last match that we know one of the two is going to win it. What's crazy about it is Napoli scored 2 quick goals in the first and second half, respectively. Dries Mertens gets his 9th goal of the season, assist by the one and only Chucky Lozano. Lorenzo Insigne scores his 10th goal of the season, assist by Anguissa. And then Empoli scored 3 goals in 10 minutes. The first goal was by Liam Anderson, and then Andrea Pinamonte scores twice to get all 3 points for Empoli. And Meret, this game looked absolutely terrible. Made mistakes left and right, was basically the reason why we lost this match. And I've said it once, I say it again. De Laurentiis needs to go. De Laurentiis has been the president of Napoli for too long, and I remember talking to you, Anthony. You said to me, hey, if De Laurentiis doesn't leave, this team's never going to win a Scudetto. And you're right, and I do agree with you guys 100% on that. If there's one player for me that was positive during the match, got to be Chucky Lozano. What doesn't make sense to me is I don't understand why they took him out so early. I think they took him out in the 60th or 70th minute when he's playing in phenomenal form. And then they put in Ospina. They put in Unas. Adam Unas hasn't had much playing time this year at all. So it's really a shame to me to see what happened. And I understand, yeah, they want to chase the game. They wanted to get the third goal and close the game out. However, in my opinion, I would have put in the defender and closed the game out that way. But right now, Chucky Lozano, I know after his injury with the Mexican national team, he's been a real leader for this team, and he's been getting assists, providing for the team, getting goals. And the sad thing for me to see, especially with this Napoli side, it's going to be really sad to see Insigne and Mertens. It's going to be the last year, obviously, playing together. Dries Mertens just signed a contract. He's going to renew his contract till 2026. So he will be staying with Napoli. And I know you messaged me this, Anthony, a couple hours ago, but Fabrizio Romano, he's on Twitter. He works for CBS Sports Network at Paramount Plus. He stated on his Twitter that Napoli officially signed the man from Georgia. He's a winger. His name is Kurvicia Kravescalia for next season. The deal is completed, and De Laurentiis also announced it on Radio Kiss Kiss Network. Radio Kiss Kiss is the main radio of Naples and hearing the transfer rumors. He was a former Rubin Kazan player, although right now he's playing in Georgia due to what's happening right now in Russia. He's going to join in Naples in a 5-year deal, and Tottenham really, really wanted this kid as well. I don't know much about this kid at all. I have no idea who he is. I hope he does well. And that since Insigne is leaving, we need a replacement, and maybe this kid could be something. Not in the first year, maybe the second year. I do see this kid do something, but I know I'm going to start with you, Anthony. I want to get your opinion on this match. I know you're an Inter fan. You saw Napoli drop the 3 points. What's your opinion on this match?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know disrespect, but I was never really that scared of Napoli. It was always the two Milan clubs. I just have seen my whole life Napoli just choke away every opportunity. They do well. The end of the season, for whatever reason, they can't get the job done. So I wasn't really particularly scared of losing the title to them, but it was insane because they were in total control of this match, and we'll play 17th. For that to score 3 goals in such a short amount of time is just acceptable, and it's just Napoli on a downfall for the past couple of weeks. It is sad to see, but I think what I did love to see was MOTY, who is scoring the 2 goals. And what people don't realize is everyone wants to buy Scamacca and Dybala, but Pinamonti has the same amount of goals as Dybala. He has more than Dybala, and he has the same Scamacca, and he's already on loan. He could be one for that one to watch.
I agree. You couldn't have said it better. Andrea Piemonte right now, he's been in phenomenal form for Empoli, playing fantastic. Even with a small club, he continues to perform. I think it was either I remember I don't know if it was last year, 2 years ago. I think he played for Inter for a little bit. I believe he did.
Last year he played a bit before he went on loan. But I think next year will be the year that he actually gets down to the first team, and I mean hopefully he continues on this.
Is there anything you wanna add to the Empoli Napoli match, Dylan?
Embarrassing performance at the end.
I agree. Couldn't have said it better.
You what was it? One goalkeeper error, right?
One goalkeeper error,
One
defensive errors.
error. Yeah, we were talking about this last week. How like the defense has just been making silly mistakes that you can't have, and especially this late in the season, I think that your hope of the Scudetto is done now. Obviously, that should have been 3 points at the very least. Should have been a tie, but the fact that they scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes is just, and that just kills like the rest of the season too. Like that's such a bad momentum killer. Like all the guys probably went to the locker room like just absolutely distraught. So I think that kind of takes the wind out of your sails a little bit, but hopefully the signings for next season look good that you guys were just talking about. So I guess we have to wait and see because there's a lot of times that signings are supposed to be hyped up and then they don't turn out to be as good as they're supposed to be. So we'll see.
For me, I feel like one player, like right now, he's injured, and I wish he was there. Is Giovanni Di Lorenzo. Giovanni Di Lorenzo in the Euros played absolutely fantastic, and he was basically the main reason why we played so well. Before the national break against the game against Macedonia. He got injured in that match. I know Napoli did win, but however, if Di Lorenzo did play in that game against Macedonia, it could have been a difference. And you know what? It happened, but what do you got to do? But however, that's the main issue for Napoli right now because I understand Zaniolo right now. He's a very, very young kid. He needs experience. And it happened at the worst absolute time when Napoli right now were on form. They were winning games, and they had to put a young kid in. He's not getting the job done either. But at the end of the day, K2 Koulibaly right now, he's not playing many games as it is too. Obviously, after the African Cup of Nations and also after the qualifying matches, he hasn't been on the best form at all. And that's another thing that's been diminishing with his Napoli side. So if there's something I want to see in the transfer market for next season, it's got to be a defender. The first number one thing, they got to buy a defender. One defender, maybe one striker, maybe a midfielder if you can get one, but that's about it. But Meret is absolute disaster. He's got to go. Get rid of him immediately. He's got to go. Any of you guys want to add anything on the Napoli match? You guys want to continue the next match?
Next match.
Okay, next match we have is Lazio against Milan. This, to me, after seeing what Inter done against Roma, I was saying to myself, there's a possibility Inter could win the league, or it could be changing right now. Lazio lost the match 2-1 against Milan. Ciro Immobile scores the goal earlier in the match. His 26th of the season. Absolutely insane. And the main reason why he's doing that is a player named Mitrovic Savic for Lazio. He gets assists, comes on the pitch. He's like a holding midfield. He's kind of like Perisic for Inter. Plays the same way. Likes to deliver the ball. He's absolutely a phenomenal player. He's been on form for Lazio this season. And I'm going to be honest, I think Mitrovic Savic next year, he's going to leave. He's going to go to a bigger club. Maybe, I would say like a Barcelona, maybe a Real Madrid, maybe Inter, maybe next year. But I definitely see him moving on to a bigger club next season. And Olivier Giroud this year gets his 9th goal of the season. He ties the match. Assist by Rafael Leao. I believe it's his fourth assist of the season for Rafael Leao. Pretty good for him as well. Also scoring goals. And the game winner is by Sergio Tonali. He plays the national team for Milan. He scores at the death. And guess who gets the assist? The Lion, the one and only Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I'm going to start with you, Dill. Could this be AC Milan's year?
I think, especially if Inter doesn't pull out this win in the next 10 minutes, it definitely could be. Just how we talked about momentum, like losing in the last minute, winning in the last minute is almost like just as big. They started off down 1-0, and then I think, like you said, what was Tonali in the 92nd minute, which is just crazy.
Yes, 92nd minute, assist by Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
So that's the difference between 3 points and 1 point, which is crazy. I saw the goals. I didn't get to watch the game live, but I saw AC Milan had 25 shots to 7. Um, so, I mean, they were clearly pressing and pressing. They just couldn't find the net. And sometimes it happens that way where teams can only hold on for so long. I know we said the game is 90 minutes or more, but this game, it happened to be 1 or 2 minutes more, and that's what cost them. So I know that Ant, being an Inter fan, wasn't happy about that Lazio let in the last goal, but it looks like AC Milan was pressing and they needed the win. So can it be their year? Ask me again in 10 minutes because I think that will change a lot. But I still think Inter's the better team because when they matched up together last week, right? Inter
In the Coppa Italia, yes.
Inter defeated them pretty handily. I don't think they play again during the Serie A season, but I just think head to head, I think Inter's the better team. It's kind of just who handles their business more at this point. Both these teams kind of control their own destiny. So, but I think Milan has the momentum in the Serie A right now after this win. And if Inter drops that game to Bologna, I think I'd probably give the upper hand to Milan in the race.
Yeah, Bologna scored as
I'm
well.
sorry. What did you say?
Bologna just scored. Our goalie, who is our backup, because Hendon kicked it into his own net.
There's an update, guys. Bologna just scored
2-1.
In the 82nd minute. 82nd minute, Nicola Sansone scored. So right now, Bologna is winning 2-1. The standings do change. As of now, AC Milan has 74. Inter, I believe they still have 73 or 72, I would say.
Yeah.
And Bologna right now, they move up in the standings in 13th with 40 points.
Wow, that's crazy. I thought that Inter would at least get a tie. Yeah, I mean, I think Milan definitely has the upper hand right now. And is Handanovic going to come back for the remainder of the season, Ann, or no?
I think he was just rested this game.
Okay, because I think that's huge. We saw goalkeeper errors in the Napoli game. We saw it in the PSG game. We saw it throughout the whole Champions League, and
We just saw it 2 seconds ago too, as well.
that's what I'm saying. It happens in every league and every game, and I think this game will probably come back to bite Inter if they don't at least get a draw here.
Right now, live standings: AC Milan with 74, Inter with 72. As of now, if the league ended right now, AC Milan will win the title. Anything you guys want to add on Lazio and the Milan match, or no?
Yeah, I mean, Acerbi is an absolute disgrace. He basically gave Tonali the goal. I don't know what he was doing. And then of him smiling for some reason, which I don't know. I guess you make a mistake. About it,
I mean, I try to be this season is not playing the best form at all. He's been absolutely a disgrace. He's absolutely horrible, like you said.
So that compiled with what just happened in the game is an absolute nightmare. And if we can't get a goal in the next, I would say,
Wait, say that again. I couldn't hear. I'm sorry.
that if we don't get a goal in the next 7 minutes, then I would say AC Milan is definitely the front runner to win right now.
Absolutely, you can't deny that. Another match that I want to discuss right now, it's happening right now, is Atalanta against Torino. What a game, 4-4, 8-goal thriller. Torino started the game off with Sanabria with the first goal. Luis Muriel ties the game with a penalty. Martin De Ruin, they were leading 2-1 with his goal. Assist by Luis Muriel, goal and assist so far. And then Sasa Lukic scores two penalties in the match. And then also Remo Fulier with the own goal, which makes it 4-2. And then two quick goals from Mario Palasic and then Muriel. Muriel scores twice the match, and he gets 2 goals. Absolute beast of a player. Anything you guys want to add on Atalanta and Torino?
No, that's kind of what we expect from Atalanta. They always have these insane games where they're just nonstop attacking, and so watch. And they're another team that AC Milan have to play, so hopefully they keep that momentum up. carry the way the Europa League. They did very well into that. We're going to need it now.
Do you want to add anything on that, Dylan? Atalanta and Torino or no?
No, I think we're good. 2 middle of the pack teams, but 4-4 game is always fun. So I like to see those action-packed games.
Okay. And then obviously we're going to talk about the last match. I believe this happened a couple days ago. It was Sassuolo against Juventus. Sassuolo lost the game 2-1. Raspadori scores late in the first half to give Sassuolo a shock lead against Juventus, his 10th goal of the season this year. And Domenico Berardi gets his 12th assist of the season. Absolutely amazing. Juventus tied the game at the death with Pablo Dybala in the first half as well. He has his 9th goal of the season. Zaccaria getting an assist. And at the death of the match in the second half, last minute, Moise Kean, national team player, has his 5th goal of the season, wins the game for Juventus to give Juventus the Champions League spot and give them some life. Does Juventus have a chance to possibly win the title, or just give me a Champions League spot for them? And I'm going to start with you. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's down to the 2 Milan clubs. I think Juventus, their dreams ended once they beat them. But I think a huge win for them. Obviously, the third or fourth place, they're closing in on Napoli. So, I mean, pretty disappointing for Napoli being so much ahead of Juventus, and now with the games left, Juventus is right with only 1 point. So, I think those 2 will get the last 2 Champions League spots, but yeah, it's crazy how far.
Anything you want to add on that match, Dylan, of Sassuolo Juventus, or no?
I figured Juventus would take care of business, but I think it's too late for them to obviously make a run at the league title. But I think, obviously, I guess they'll be happy with a Champions League spot. I know this is the first time that Juventus hasn't been competing for a league title in a little while. So, yeah.
Anthony, I know you wanted to mention something about, especially the Juventus player in general. You wanted to mention. Can you please mention that statement you wanted to say before?
Yeah, so Chiellini has announced that he will be retiring after the Italy-Argentina game, which kind of was expected, but it's set in stone now. And just want to thank a legend, an absolute legend, for his many. And he could, play more in the World Cup, but he got the Euro win. He lifted the trophy for us, and I'll never forget him for that.
Absolutely. Another interesting fact, though, I want to mention to you. In the World Cup 2006, the final was in Berlin against France, and there was somebody in the stands that day. It was Giorgio Chiellini. He was in the stands with his family watching that game, and then 2 years after, in the Euros in 08, he gets selected. So what a story for him is. But absolute amazing defender. Love the guy. Absolute phenomenal. Amazing career with Juventus. Phenomenal with the national team. He wants the national team, which was dying to win. I would just say thank you so much for Giorgio Chiellini for what he done, not only with the national team, in Serie A in general, and football. Amazing player, and we are going to miss him. On June 1st, the Finalissima, I really hope he scores a goal for his last game. That'll be a beautiful thing to see on June 1st against Argentina. You guys want to move on to the next match?
Yeah.
And this is something. I watched the whole match yesterday of Manchester City and Real Madrid. And I have to say to myself, I cried with emotions because it was one of the greatest matches I have ever seen in my life. And this is the reason why we do this. Like obviously you, Dylan, you have, because we love this game. We love it more than anything. And watching matches like this is the reason why we love the game so much. Manchester City won the game against Real Madrid 4-3. Kevin De Bruyne scores the first goal of the match and shocks Los Blancos. And the reason why he does this is a gorgeous assist by Mahrez. Puts a gorgeous cross in the middle. Beatable header by De Bruyne. Puts in the bottom right corner. I don't know if you guys saw this, but on CBS and Paramount Plus, Mickey Richards, former Man City player, he was actually eating his dinner and he actually choked on his food when De Bruyne scored. I don't know if you guys saw that. Did you guys see that?
I know Micah Richards, big Man City guy, and he's a big Paramount guy too. So no, I didn't see that though.
I'll definitely send it to you guys later. But what a moment that was, just to see De Bruyne score. He has his second goal of the season so far in Champions League in general. Another interesting fact I want to mention is Kevin De Bruyne scored not only against Real Madrid but Atletico Madrid a couple weeks ago. So he scored against both Madrid clubs, both two Spanish clubs. Gabriel Jesus scores the second goal of the match in the first 10-minute mark. His fourth goal of the Champions League, and it was a lucky deflection by Alaba. The ball is right in front of his right foot. He's going to put it in the bottom right corner. Nothing that Thibaut Courtois could do about it. And then obviously we have Mendy. He got 2 assists, I believe, in the match. One to Karim Benzema, gorgeous volley in the top right corner he had. And Karim Benzema, and I remember you, Dylan, mentioning this. You said last week, you said he could be a possible Ballon d'Or winner. You think it's possible?
Yeah, I think. Especially I think the only guy that's kind of with him right now is Lewandowski and Salah. But whichever player of those three, obviously Lewandowski's out, wins the Champions League. I think we'll seal it because we have to keep in mind Benzema already won La Liga already. It looks like Lewandowski is going to win Bundesliga already if they didn't clinch already. And I know Liverpool is competing for the title right now. So if one of those guys can win both Champions League and their league with the form they're playing with right now, I think that'll obviously do it. I think I said on the podcast last week that if Benzema could get them on the scoreboard and they could stay within 1 goal of Man City away, I think they can go back to the Bernabeu and win, and I still think that's going to happen. So, yeah, I think right now I'm riding with him. And the fact that he had the balls to do that penalty after missing 2 penalties the week before in the semifinals is insane, and it was just beautiful to watch. Like, if you're a soccer fan, you just have to admire the whole game, but Benzema's play as of late in particular.
Another fact I want to mention is John Stones got injured, I believe, in the 36th minute. They are having trouble on that right side with defenders. So they bring on Fernandinho, and I know he's more of a midfielder than anything else, but they bring him on the 36th minute. And Man City, this match, the way they play the ball with a one-touch counterattack is absolutely beautiful. Pep Guardiola is playing a system very similar to how Barcelona has won multiple titles from the 2007 to 2013-14 era. Phil Foden missed chances in the match. He should have buried it. Same thing with Mahrez. If he passed the ball in the middle, he really could have had Man City have a 3-0 lead, maybe a 4-0 lead. And another interesting fact is Fernandinho makes the cross the middle, and Phil Foden gets his revenge, makes Man City get the lead 3-1. However, Real Madrid was never done in this match. Out of nowhere, they come out. Vinicius Jr. makes a gorgeous run, destroys Fernandinho, puts the ball under his legs, runs the whole wing on the left side, scores, makes it 3-2. And guess who gets the assist? Mendy gets 2 assists this game. Absolutely amazing player. And then for me, my favorite goal of the match, it had to be Bernardo Silva. He smacks this ball in the top right corner like no other. He smacked this goal like how Arnold Schwarzenegger shoots villains in The Predator. Absolutely fantastic. What a goal. But the big question is, I'm going to mention to you, Ant. So when Real Madrid thought it was a foul on Zinchenko, the referee didn't call it. He let the play go on, and then that led to the goal of Bernardo Silva. And who's the Real Madrid defender on the right? I forgot his name. Starts with a C.
Carvajal.
Carvajal.
Carvajal. Yeah, Carvajal didn't defend. He thought it was a foul. The entire Madrid team thought it was a foul. They didn't play. Bernardo Silva said, I'm going to take it. He takes a shot. And I don't know if you noticed, but he looks back to make sure the referee it wasn't a foul. But absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to mention to you, was it a foul, yes or no?
Yeah, I mean it was a clear foul, but I don't know why they stopped because obviously everyone knows that they play advantage, and Man City had the ball still, so I don't know why they thought that they were just going to automatically call the foul right there. Just really, really bad defending, and Courtois, I don't know what he's looking at there. He literally watched it go into the net. He had a horrible game. I don't. I just noticed recently goalies have all around the world.
I agree. I agree.
What's going on with that? Um, but we're seeing goalie errors every week now. Just uh, I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. And even Liverpool is winning 2-0 now. Just scored goals very quick. Villarreal's goalie had an absolute disaster on the first. So everywhere you look, goalies are just making errors. Crazy.
An update for you guys. Liverpool is winning 2-0 right now against Villarreal in the 59th minute. In the 53rd minute, Parvis Ustefan on goal. And then, obviously, in the 55th minute, the one and only for Liverpool, Sadio Mane, assist by Mohamed Salah. Absolutely amazing, these two, how they're linking up. That game right now is 2-0. You can watch it live on CBS and Paramount Plus as well. And obviously, we're still going to mention the Man City, the Man City Real Madrid game. I'm gonna go to you, Dill. Was it a foul on Zinchenko? Should the play been stopped, or Man City did the right thing and played on?
I mean, ever since you're a kid, you're taught to play through the whistle, right? So if you don't hear them stop, you keep playing, especially at the professional level. I remember a goal. I think it was Liverpool scored it against Barcelona like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe, when all the Barcelona players weren't ready and they weren't playing on the corner kick, and the Liverpool player ran and crossed it in really quick, and they tapped it in. If you guys remember what I'm talking about, that's like,
I believe so.
um, so like, I mean, at that high a level, it's just like you just simply can't lose focus. If you don't hear the whistle, like you got to keep playing. Real Madrid they're the team, they're the most winning team ever. I mean, they have more cups than everybody, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, it's kind of just no reason for them to stop playing. Even if you think it's a foul, you play until they call the whistle. The worst thing that they could do is just call the play back if you steal it or whatever happens. But nevertheless, it was a really good shot by Bernardo Silva. That was a missile, left-footed shot, near post. I think Courtois could have made a little bit better of an effort to save it, but I think plays like that happen all the time. You just got to play the whistle. They don't need me to tell them that. I think they know.
Another thing I want to mention is during the match, Karim Benzema heads the ball onto Laporte's hand. The referee checks for a penalty, and the VAR does give the penalty for Real Madrid. I'm going to start with you, Ed. Was it a penalty for Real Madrid, yes or no?
Yeah, I mean it's so hard to tell with handball these days. Like I think they made the rule too complicated, where it's basically just whatever the ref wants to call in that situation. There's no clear like, whether it's not. And so it's all the handball. So I think it's something that they really address the rule and make more clear of what actual and what's not. Especially for now. So I think better play rules on.
gets a header, and it goes in Laporte's hand. Was it a penalty, yes or no? I'm going to start with you, Dylan. Do you think it was a penalty in the play, or do you think it, or no?
I mean, I'm not a professional ref, but when I was younger, I was always taught that like it has to be intentional, or at least like if your hands are outside. Like if your hands are inside and when you're defending and somebody shoots the ball and it hits off you, I don't think it should be called. It was kind of like in the middle. I guess it's kind of up to the ref, and he made the decision. I think I probably would have called it a penalty. It definitely made the game a lot more interesting, so I'm happy they did. But we've seen that go like both ways, depending on the ref and depending on the game. So it's tough to say like what it needs to be. I think they need to make the rule like a little bit less complicated and a little bit more like if your hands are away from your sides, it's one thing. If your hands are close to your sides, it's something. Because sometimes like you're 2 feet away and somebody blasts the ball at you, like it's not like you tried to stop it. It just hit you, just like it happened to hit your body.
I agree.
So I don't really know, but I think maybe in that, I'm happy he called it, and it definitely made the game a lot more fun, and I'm happy for Benzema. I'm a Barcelona fan, but I think that he's playing well, and I like when he scores goals. So.
I mean, for me, the big question is, it all depends. Like, I feel like Benzema, I don't know if he intentionally tried to head it on Laporte's hand. That I don't know, but however, as a defender,
I don't think so.
What doesn't make sense to me is they change the rules. I feel like almost like every couple of years. It's like, at the end of the day, how are you supposed to defend if you can't jump up for that ball? Like, it's taking away the job of the defender. I feel like it's giving the forward an advantage in general because obviously he jumped up and he had his whole arm out and it touched. Obviously, it's going to touch his hand. That's guaranteed. But I'm going to say this. The VAR did do a great job. They checked the play and they said, you know, it is a penalty. I believe it was due to the fact, you know, when you defend, I feel like you should have your arms more closer to your side, but you have it out. I feel like it should be a clear-cut penalty, which I'm glad the referee did call. Like I said, Dylan, you did say it did make the game more interesting, but let's talk about the penalty. I know you did state this, that Benzema before taking this penalty, he's missed 4 in the season in La Liga. So when he stepped up and he did a Panenka, that is ice cold. I don't care how cold that is. That was the coldest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna start with you, Ed. When you saw Benzema take that Panenka, did you think it was gonna go in? You think it was gonna miss? You think?
Yeah, I mean, I think he made 2 penalties this week in La Liga, so it just shows how confident he is right now to do that in semifinals, especially after missing a couple days ago. And I think even though he missed the 2, I would always on fire right now, and you have to live up, start playing after. So I think he's just on another level right now, and I honestly, I had all the confidence in the world, regardless of what happens.
I feel like for me, like when I saw him take the Panenka, I was like, what is he doing? Because like usually with a game of that level, I would never in my life take a Panenka, especially in a semifinal or a final, because, you know, let's hypothetically you did miss or Ederson didn't dive, then that game, it could have been either way. Because, but now, you know, Karim Benzema, great match he had. He did score the Panenka, 2 great goals. He has 12 Champions League goals this season. Absolute beast. The match did end 4-3. However, what I have to say is, Man City does have a 1-0 lead. There's no away goals. Imagine if away goals was implemented. Imagine like next year. Imagine this year away goals did still count. Real Madrid will be on fire with 3 away goals right now. Obviously, that's not the case, but this game isn't over yet. And I know, Dylan, you said it's not over yet, and I do agree 100%. Next Wednesday, whenever that match is, guys, turn your TVs on. Watch that match. It's going to be like the Avengers. Another thing I want to mention is a big shout out to Peter Drudy and Jim Beglin. Fantastic commentators on CBS and Paramount Plus. I don't know if you guys play the Pro Evolution Soccer series, and now it's eFootball, but they're the main commentators in the video game. They've done an absolute amazing job it was so easy to follow. I loved the comments they made, and it made it not only fun just for a soccer fan, but just like new fans that want to watch the game in general, get them excited in the match. Absolutely amazing, a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what happens next Wednesday with these two teams. And by the way, shout out to Kate Abdo, Jamie Carragher, and Peter Schmeichel. Fantastic job on coverage alongside Thierry Henry. They did make fantastic comments. Obviously, Thierry Henry is a Benzema fan due to the fact they played together for the French national team. But very, very easy to follow. I loved it, and I can't wait till next Wednesday. Right now, Liverpool is still winning 2-0. They're still winning 2-0, so that match remains. Anything you guys want to add to this match in general? Any aspects you want to add to it on the Man City Real Madrid match? Anthony, I'm gonna start with you.
No, it's just obviously one of the best matches I've had, and it would have been nice if this was the final. But regardless, we should get a good final with, like, obviously Liverpool probably running away with this one, and whoever comes out of the other side, or will have a real fun final.
So Dylan, anything you want to add on this match of Manchester City, Real Madrid?
No, I'm excited to see the second leg. I think Real Madrid might take it, or maybe we could see them go into overtime or penalties or something. That'd be really, really cool. I could watch these teams play like 100 times because it was just so action-packed. So I wish this was actually the final.
I agree. You couldn't have said it better. This game deserved that final appeal, especially with the goals, the players, the controversy with everything else. It was an absolutely amazing game. This movie, it felt like Endgame. It felt like Avengers Endgame. It was absolutely amazing in every single way, and I can't wait to see what that second leg is going to bring. I still got Man City winning. There's something on Man City right now. They're on form. They have 1 point win in the league. And the big question is for, obviously, Man City is, are they going to push for the league, or they're going to have to push for this match? And that's going to be the main big question for me. A lot of chances were missed in this match by Phil Foden, Mahrez, what was his name? Laporte missed chances. There were so many chances missed, and what drove me insane is when I saw Kevin De Bruyne pass the ball. Mahrez took it on the right side. I said to myself, Mahrez got to put this ball in the middle, and he didn't. And that chance, if they lose this game, if Man City loses the second leg, I'm going to blame that chance right there. I'm going to blame Mahrez because he should have put that ball in the middle, and somebody should have took the shot right there because right there you took the shot on the right side. I know it hit the post, but at the end of the day, you got to put that ball. You got to put that ball in the middle and support your team for an easy tap in right there. I really can't wait for this match. I'm really excited. Shout out to CBS and Paramount Plus of what they've done. I absolutely love the broadcast they've done. Amazing job. Even better than Fox, I'll tell you right now. Another thing I want to mention is, I don't know if you guys know Kasper Schmeichel. Peter Schmeichel's father was there. Peter Schmeichel's son was there, Kasper Schmeichel. So it was a lot of fun to see him there. Anything you guys want to add on this match? Anything you guys want to add on the Serie A matches that we just witnessed right now? They ended on the Liverpool Villarreal match. Anything you guys want to add?
I knew Villarreal would be no match, and I'm hoping for Real Madrid now because obviously, like,
so your dream final is Liverpool Real Madrid. You want to see a rematch of 2017, I think, right?
Yeah.
2017 when it was Gareth Bale scored twice, beautiful bicycle kick, and the goal by Benzema. Dylan, what's your dream final for the Champions League? Obviously, we have out of these four teams, who do you think's going to pull it off?
I would like to see what we just saw as the final again, but obviously we can't have it. So I think I want to see Real Madrid and Liverpool too, because we're probably going to see Liverpool and Man City. Even if they're not playing each other, they're kind of battling each other during the year with the BPL and for the title there. So we don't get to see Real Madrid and Liverpool play so often,
I agree.
and two very high-powered offenses. And I kind of want to see Benzema versus Salah, like Battle of the Ballon d'Or, in my opinion. I feel like that'd be fun. So let's root for that.
It would be a fun match. Either way, any of those three teams, it's gonna be an amazing match to watch. But I feel like, in my opinion, if you really want to see the game, it's got to be Liverpool against Manchester City. I feel like those two teams right now are the best in the world. Man City right now is a stacked team. Liverpool is a stacked team. They're 1 point difference in the EPL, and having another match, I think if they do play the final, I think it will be what they play 5 times this year alone.
Yeah, they've been kind of just running through England in every competition, so they played a bunch.
And it'd also be like Jurgen Klopp against Pep Guardiola. What a match that's going to be against those two managers, you know. So it would be an amazing thing to see them go at it again. I would love to see a Man City get revenge, especially lost last year in the Champions League final against Chelsea. So I got Man City win the Champions League. That's my prediction. But I would love to see a Man City Liverpool final. Anything you guys want to add on the Serie A matches or the Champions League matches?
No, I think we covered it all.
Another thing I want to mention is I know tomorrow is the semifinals for the Conference League. You have Feyenoord against Marseille, and then you have Leicester City against Roma. Leicester City against Roma, first leg. What do you got, Anthony?
Obviously, we're all rooting for Roma. Rooting for the Serie A boys. I hope that Inter game didn't ruin their momentum. If they could at least get the tie in England, in shape, and excited to watch because those are two pretty good, solid teams in the conference. So I think it's probably best left in the whole tournament. So it's a good one.
Dylan, anything you want to add? I know you watch Arsenal, the Premier League. Anything you want to add on Leicester and Roma, that match?
No, I'll go with Roma too, rooting for the Paisans.
Who do you think is going to be your star player for that match for Leicester Roma?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe El Shaarawy again.
Really? You love Al-Sharawi. You love him.
No, he's not gonna be the player. It's probably I guess maybe Abraham. And I think that Abraham has played with some of those guys before, like England, so maybe that would be cool.
Exactly.
Trying to think of who else. Oh, Pellegrini, that's your guy too, right? In the middle?
But yeah, Pellegrini is phenomenal. I love Pellegrini. He's fantastic for Roma this year.
Maybe him. And then I know you shouted out Chris Smalling last week too.
Chris Smalling, what a beast. What a fantastic player.
He used to play in Man United back in the day, but I know he's English and he's played against a bunch of those guys. So it's good. It's cool to see sometimes. Mkhitaryan's played in that league too. I'm just starting to.
Yes, Mkhitaryan did play in the Premier League as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he played for Arsenal, played for Man United at a point. So yeah, maybe some of those guys. Let's go with Tammy Abraham with a goal to win it for them.
Tammy Abraham. Who do you got, Anthony, to win this match for Roma against Leicester?
I also like the Abraham shout. I think he kind of was cast away from England and Chelsea. Obviously, I think he's going to have a lot of motivation. Because he had overlooked in Roma. I think that team usually looks at people in their own league, even more. So I think he'll really pop. when game wrong.
I actually have it differently. I got Roma winning the first leg. 2-1. I have Jamie Vardy scoring for Leicester, and then for Roma I got Mkhitaryan, Pellegrini. I think those two guys are going to step up. Pellegrini this year he's been pretty good. Mkhitaryan, he's been scoring goals here and there. You know, I believe he did score against Inter over the weekend. So not over the weekend, a week ago before, but he's been pretty good as well. And plus he knows a lot of these guys since playing the Premier League. He played for Manchester United, I believe, and he played for Arsenal, right?
Yep.
So you know he does have that. He does know how they play. But it's going to be a phenomenal match, and I wish that was going to be the final for the Conference League as well. So it's really a shame because if you look at both those teams, I think it's going to be Marseille-Roma final. The French against the Italians, you know?
That would be good.
It's going to be the cornetto against the croissants, you know what I'm saying? That's the battle. That's the battle to watch. But overall, is there anything you guys want to add on the Serie A, UEFA Conference League, Champions League? Anything you guys want to add?
Nah.
I guess we're about to wrap it up. By the way, I believe Liverpool is still winning 2-0. The standing in Serie A do stand with Inter with 72, and obviously Milan with 74, depending what they do. I believe on Sunday against Fiorentina. That's going to be the big match to watch as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We got Dill, we got Anthony, the two best in the game. We are the 90-Minute Club. Thank you so much, guys, and we really do appreciate it. We'll see you next week when the big match happens, and we will be live during the Real Madrid-Manchester City game of the week, maybe the year. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you. 90-Minute Club, baby.
Ciao, Bellas.
Ciao, ciao.